Paul Scea and I first saw Billy on Interstate 79 going to Morgantown, West Virginia. A beat-up Buick passed us in a trail of blue smoke, then settled down in front of us and stayed there, trunk open, tied with a bungee cord. Saw the stuff inside: suitcase, table lamp, clock radio, bicycle wheel going round and round. Slow considering the Buick's speed, but of course we didn't know it was Billy. All that came later. Billy and a teen in the front seat. That was the reason for the suitcase and the bicycle. We figured Billy was driving his son to WVU. Pretty big deal, because Billy had just done time in Moundsville. Wasn't his fault, of course. Moundsville, that's right. 16 months for robbery, and now his son was off to the university. We learned lots more later, filled in. Billy lost his job at the strip mine in the recession. Wasn't making much anyway. Now there was nothing. Unemployment ran out. Second wife, Casey, more of her later, left, and he got drunk and desperate. So low, Billy decided on easy money at the 7-Eleven near his house. That turned out a mistake. Too close to home. Even with the Lone Ranger mask left over from Halloween, they knew him. Sheriff got him the same night. Public defender pled him out since he didn't use a weapon. So, less than 2 years and out, and now on the road to Morgantown. His wife? Well, they were driving to WVU Pot State, right? Potomac State College of West Virginia University. The school is often called Pot State, much to the irritation of the administration. Billy'd gone to Florida after Moundsville to look for work, perhaps as a dishwasher in a hotel near Boca Raton. He hoped to do roofing or landscaping. His second wife, Casey, had been the girlfriend of the live-in cook at the hotel. She was always hanging around, but the cook treated her bad. Billy just tried to do the right thing by helping her out. One thing led to another, and he ended up marrying her and getting in a big fight with the cook. Since he was on probation, he didn't want to risk trouble with the local authorities, so they left. The son, who'd been living with his mom outside of Thomas, West Virginia, had taken up with some rough kids into meth and oxy. So, trying to do the right thing, Billy brought the kid down to Florida to find work. But as soon as he got there, the whole mess with the cook started, so he was riding back with Billy to try college. Casey gone to her mother's in West Texas to figure things out. Billy's second wife, Casey, was was living with her mom in West Texas. This was a problem, because her mom was a Christian fundamentalist. Raised Casey with regular whippings and talk about the devil, brimstone, whatever that is, and hellfire. She took Casey to every tent revival that came to town, and in those days, that was about one a month. Casey grew up in fear of eternal damnation for smoking, drinking, dancing, let alone fornicating. So when she got back to West Texas, and after a time at home with Mom again, when the call came for salvation at the end of the Sunday night sermon, Casey went down front. And Lord, was her testament hot. The congregation leaned forward, drinking it all in. Casey was a woman who fought the devil, losing more often than not, fighting the flesh every day, begging for prayers to help her whip the evil inside. There were shouts of encouragement as she cataloged her sins. For many, it was a vision of new possibilities. The Sunday offering was the biggest in a long time, and the preacher said to come see him. What she needed, the preacher said, was validation. Casey left town with the preacher the next weekend. Billy heard what Casey had done, he thought maybe he should feel bad. But then he noticed he didn't give a shit. Probably the prescription drugs his buddies gave him. Did I tell you Billy got his GED in Moundsville? State legislature decided to fund the prison high school equivalency program by the number of graduating prisoners. Number of graduates went right up and just kept going. That's where Billy got the hang of reading chemistry manuals. Anyway, Billy knew where forged prescriptions for painkillers would work for some extra cash as he drove from store to store, collecting over-the-counter cold medicines and whatever else he needed for his meth lab. Then back to Elkins, and up in the mountains on the Virginia border, cooking, inhaling fumes so strong he couldn't sleep for days. Then, trying to get straight how it all came to nothing in Florida. Fired from the restaurant for the cook hassle. Billy felt nothing was worth a damn. Got real low. So low, did another fuck-up. Doesn't matter what, just another fuck-up. Nothing grand, wasn't Billy's style. In fact, a grand fuck-up might have some merit, but no, just another little fuck-up. No one but Billy and the authorities noticed. And the authorities probably wouldn't have bothered if it hadn't been a slow day in the authority business. Thing about Billy Arbogast, he was self-aware, but never noticed it. This time, it was federal court in Elkins, over the meth thing, even though he'd quit. He looked bad. Skin, bones, teeth gone, eyes like he used eyeliner. Judge just stared. Turned out the judge was a relative, maybe second cousin or something. Anyway, prior conviction wasn't allowed, and he pled out and got 5 years probation, with a promise that he'd never cook meth again. Of course, we can guess what happened then. No job, no money, no wife, but by this time his son, Billy Jr., had a law degree from WVU. Kinda like the American dream, you know?